Hello, friends. Just a quick message to encourage you on this last day of 2017. Out of the many passages that I have been reading in preparation for Christmas, the one that has spoken and really encouraged my heart the most in this specific season of my life has been, "And the virgin will conceive and give birth to a son, and they will call him Emmanuel, God with us." This specific passage has been so encouraging to me. Being alone in the holidays, it's something that is really not easy. And if it not for the grace of God, if it not for the Word of God sustaining daily, moment by moment, this sadness could be quite crushing. And yet, this passage tells us that God is with us. Emmanuel is with us. So we can be comforted, we can rejoice, and we can have hope and continue to move forward and continue to enter into a new season, into a new chapter, into a new year of our lives, knowing that regardless of life circumstances, Emmanuel, God, is with us. And he's speaking about entering a new year, the hope of writing a new chapter, experiencing new things. Let's enter into this new season with thanksgiving and praise in our hearts. The psalmist says, "Enter his gates with thanksgiving and his courts with praise." And that is my encouragement and my call to you and to myself. Let's enter 2018. Let's enter into this new season, into this new chapter of our lives, into this new year, as if entering into his courts with thanksgiving and with praise. The last time I went to visit my parents in the US, I noticed a mason jar sitting on the top of the dining table. And this mason jar had several folded pieces of paper in it. And as I looked closer at that jar, I saw a note taped on it that said, "Thanks living." And I asked my mom, "What is this about?" And she said, "I read this in a devotional that I had and I wanted to implement it." So basically, this jar holds specific moments of thanksgiving to God. So when something happens and we recognize, we see that God was faithful to preserve us, that God was faithful to protect us, that God was faithful to keep us. We jot down a simple note of thanksgiving and we put in that mason jar. And that jar becomes a tangible daily reminder, a visual representation of God's faithfulness, of God's goodness, and of God's protection in our lives. I was just talking to my mom yesterday, and she told me that she and Dad are planning on the first of the year, now in 2018, open this jar and see the many ways that God has been Emmanuel for them, that God has been with them. To see the many reminders, the many ways that God was faithful, that God was present, that God protected, that God showed mercy, that God sustained, that God undergirded, that God was present, that God was Emmanuel. So inspired in this, I want to encourage myself and you to enter 2018 with a spirit of thanksgiving, with a spirit of gratitude, not even asking God for new things, for different things, but being grateful for God's faithfulness to this day in your life, being thankful for his presence with us to this day. He has been beside us. He has been with us. He has been faithful, and he will continue to do so because that is his character. That is his heart for you and for me. So let's enter 2018 with thanksgiving and with praise, knowing that the one who has gone before us is for us, knowing that there is nothing that could ever separate us from His love, knowing that He who began the good work in us will carry it to completion. In 2018 will be one more piece in the puzzle of doing that. Without my heart and without my love, I wish you a wonderful and blessed 2018. So Happy New Year, my friends.